There is big propaganda against black women, desirability, and black women dating out. A lot of people are investing a lot of time, energy, and resources to make black women look undesirable, to promote the smear campaign that black women are undesirable and discourage black women from dating non-black men. Anytime black women talk about dating interracially or dating non-black men, you see comments like this discouraging black women and telling you guys that nobody wants you, you're not desirable, no man of other race wants you. The reason why they are doing this is to limit black women option when it comes to dating, and also to have a lot of access or more access to black women, because when you know that nobody wants you, you basically take anything that is thrown to you. Now let's get into this video.
Non-black men are scared of black women because they think they're really strong-minded and really like headstrong.
Yeah.
They are. But it doesn't mean, it just means you have to adjust how you talk to someone. Just like when you get someone who's really feminine and really scared and really shy, you have to adjust how you talk to them. So it's not that they're wrong about what the thing that they're scared of, but the fear is not of the thing. The fear is that you're not able to deal with it. You understand what I'm saying? I'm comfortable with black people. I'm comfortable with black women. I'm very comfortable with black women. But that's because I understand that when a black woman talks a certain way, it's not meant. You know what I mean? Like if a black woman talks a slightly higher voice, I had to learn this with my missus because they're Mediterranean, right? So when I got there, when I got to my in-laws and that, it was like everyone was shouting, and I was like, they're having an argument. They're like, no, that's just how we talk. Do you understand? So now when someone talks like that to me, when I'm over there, and I'm loved up over there as a man of colour, they love me in their little place. Do you know what I mean? But now I understand when they're talking now, they're not arguing. I'm just more understanding of that culture, so I don't take it the wrong way. But that comes with interaction.
Exposure.
As a black young man in today's society, why are black bitches the least desired choice to select from men as a whole?
Oh man, the alley-oop, let's go. It's a multitude of different factors, right?
Crass, arrogant, annoying.
Yeah. And then another one that no one wants to talk about is like black women tend to be fat, man. Like they don't fucking work out. Like they don't work out because the weave and like, you know what I mean? Like a lot of them don't work out. And like the average black woman's 187 pounds.
The average woman is like 5'5", 5'4", 187 pounds.
Bro, this is like a fact. Like they literally, this is like they're 5'4", 5'3", 187 pounds, which is literally obese. So it's like, you know, it's just a multitude of different things, man. The culture is fucked up, not an attention to, you know, health and going to the gym, being rude, being loud, being obnoxious. Like this is all like valued in our society, which is unfortunate. And like, hopefully we can get guys to like, you know, change, wake up, and then tell women like, yo, this is not acceptable behavior. You can't behave like this.
Because it hurts me as a black young man seeing the multitude of grown black women behave and conduct themselves in such manner. So it was a genuine question, though.
No, it's a problem. It's a huge fucking problem.
People say black girls are ugly. Most people will actually say that black girls are the least desirable girl in America. This is also proven through dating apps that the least desirable matches are black girls. They have the lowest levels of matches, the lowest levels of relationships, and the lowest levels of marriage as well. Not only that, but black girls are way out of their healthy BMI. Most black girls are about 5'3", 5'4", and they weigh 187 pounds, almost 200 pounds. So the question is, are black girls really ugly, or they're just not taking care of themselves? Do they make themselves undesirable? I would argue yes. I find some Caribbean females very attractive. I've dated Caribbean females. They're very, very attractive. And maybe you can say they're not American black, but I'll put them in the same category as black girls. I also found some black girls to be quite attractive, but when they open their mouth, they become very unattractive. In fact, a lot of guys will say, she looks cute for a black girl. Why do they say that? Because there's a stigma that is a very real stigma on black girls making themselves undesirable. They wear fake hair. I remember I was dating this one girl, and I saw her with like a little strap thing on her head and I also saw her put a wig on. Why would I want to see that? I don't think black girls are ugly. I think that black girls make themselves undesirable, and they're very masculine, very combative. They always want to fight about something. They don't want to listen. And most people will probably agree with me. I just don't think black girls are ugly.
This is what I'm going to say, bro. You're entitled to your opinion. Now, you seem a little nerdy, and there's nothing wrong with that. But I feel as if maybe you dealt with a black woman like that and she took you through there and she really hurt you. Now, I could be wrong, but that's what it seemed like. With that being said, my very first girlfriend was a hood chick. She took me through there. Everything you described, she was that, except for overweight. She was thick. Attitude, argumentative, she cuss you out in 2.5 seconds, inconsiderate, everything that you named, she was that. Here's what I want to say. I don't focus on the things I don't want. I focus on the things I do want. If you want a woman, a black woman in particular, who does not behave like that, they are out here. I'm not going to sit here and categorize all black women as being undesirable, all black women as being ratchet, all black women as being hood, because that's not reality. I live in Kansas City. There's like 1.5, maybe 2 million people here in population max. After I dealt with that hood chick, I never went back to talking to hood chicks again. And I was finding black women who did none of the things that you're talking about. I dated like 10, 15 different black women who does not fit into what you are talking about. So if your desire is to find a black woman that does not have those character traits or does not behave that way, they're out here. But the problem is that you keep attracting this same type of black woman. Why is that? How is it when I live in a smaller city of about, like I said, 1.5 to 2 million people, that I can go on 10 to 15 dates with black women who do not show any of this, who do not act like any of this, but you're having a hard time finding women in wherever you are, which I'm sure is probably bigger than where I'm at. You're having a hard time finding black women who do not behave that way. It's because you're attracting the wrong type of black women. So you need to change the way and the type of women that you're approaching. You need to change your environment of where you're finding these black women. You need to change everything that you're doing. And the other thing about it is, I know y'all talk about, oh, black women is, black women is. Okay, cool. You don't think white women got problems? You don't think Hispanic people got problems? You don't think Asians got problems? It's amazing to me how we like to hyphenate black women, but it's like, yeah, I just saw a white woman hit herself 100 times, then call the police and say her husband did it. I done seen white women sit here and gossip about their best friend and end up getting and then sleeping with her husband at that. So you listen, every race has their issues.
Common knowledge among the ignorant and uneducated and uninformed. First and foremost, I'd like to see this study. I'd like to see some evidence or some proof from this study, because I'd also like to see the demographics. I'd like to see the locations where people were asked, like, where did they live? Because if you ask people who live in a racist or non-diverse community, of course they're going to say, well, black women are the least desirable. And when somebody says that, you really need to ask, why is that the case? Are they just inherently the least desirable? Well, no, that would be dumb. So there are other factors that play a role in that. At least you would think, right? Because there's a reason for everything. So you have to keep going and digging for knowledge and information, and not just accept an answer because, oh, some hypothetical people somewhere said that black women were the least desirable. So yeah, you have to dig a little bit. So let's say that study existed. People say that, and they do say that black women are the least desirable. Okay, fine. But let's break that down as to why. America has spent centuries promoting a standard of beauty that is not black. So they have downplayed, denigrated, and diminished our features for centuries. Only within the last few decades has that started to get some pushback. See, with some of you people, I really don't think you understand how programming works. And this isn't some grand conspiracy. If I want to give people the benefit of the doubt, I mean, you have a dominant majority in this society, so of course they're going to uplift and elevate their own features. And that's being generous and kind about it. Now, let's get to the masculine attributes part of this statement. Any man that opens their mouth to tell me that black women have masculine attributes is instantly showing me their weakness. They're showing me they're soft. They're showing me what they cannot handle. They're showing me their fear. They're showing me their inadequacy. If that is a complaint, in my mind, why should I respect you as a man? And often it's the dudes that claim that they're the most masculine that complain the most. Can some black women have more masculine attributes? Yes, that is not unique to black women. But for you dudes that complain about it, that act like black women are just more masculine, have a seat, child.
Not into black women. Oh. Why is this always the answer? I need to know this right now. So you think I'm ugly? No, that's not it. You're conventionally a very pretty girl. It's just a preference. I actually tried to kind of see a black girl for a little bit, but I just couldn't like get into it. Like, I mean, if a girl's half, it's different. But like a girl who's like fully black, for some reason, it's just. So it's just like a preference of skin tone. So you don't like black people? No, I love black people. But
Wait. How did it go from I don't like black women to I don't like black people? And she's trying to not so subtly conflate the two as if the two are one and the same. He's clearly saying he's not sexually attracted to black women, and you're making it seem like he hates all black people, men and women. Interesting way to try to, demonize him for his preference.
I'm just not attracted sexually to black women.
If a white man says with his full chest that he fancies women that are mixed with black and white, but does not fancy women that are black alone, no matter how calm and polite his tone may be or how many black friends he claims to have after saying them, the reason his comment is dripping in prejudice and not at all a preference is because the difference between those two ladies is that one of them has a closer proximity to whiteness. And we need to stop.
Yo, black women that are into white dudes get so hot and in their feelings when a white dude expresses that he's not into black women, as far as like a sexual preference or like a relationship, anything like that. They be in their feelings, bro. Like they be in their feelings. Because this chick clearly, she's reacting to this video, but this chick is clearly like team white dude, right? So it bothers her to hear a white dude be like, oh, okay, cool, I'm not into black women. It's his preference, clearly, because he specifically mentioned that. But she's not trying to hear that. She hears prejudice. She's claiming it's prejudice. So, I want to hear more what she has to say. But black chicks who are into white dudes, when they hear white dudes say they don't like black women, they jump off the deep end, boy.
Part 2. So, if black men are desired because of black Americans, how come black women are not as desired as black men are? This is because black women have other forces working against them. Patriarchy. According to patriarchy, a woman's femininity is defined in her softness because black people historically, especially in America, have not been afforded the privilege to exude softness. All we've known historically is hardship. As a result, black people, men and women, have been forced to exude anything but softness. As a black man, you are rewarded by patriarchy because your hardness is perceived as dark masculinity, something that is necessary for you to gain capital, aka a real man, meaning that as a black man, you better not be soft, you better not be gay, you better not be anything except what patriarchy has defined as the ideal masculine man. Why? Because your survival depends on it. And if you're anything but that ideal masculine man, you better, and I mean you better, hide that shit. This is why historically black people tend to be more homophobic than non-black people. This is also why when a black man is on the DL, it's a much much bigger deal than any other race. On the other hand, a black woman's hardness is reprimanded harsher because her hardness is seen as a threat and competition to the man's place, as dictated by patriarchy, white supremacy, and ultimately capitalism. And because black people as a collective have not had enough time to heal from this nonsense, a lot of us internalize this racism in a form of colorism. This is why black men feel as though they are in liberty to choose women who they believe exude the softness that patriarchy, white supremacy, and capitalism has brainwashed them to believe, aka light, bright, and white women. However, the real truth as to why the black man feels more comfortable to choose a woman who is light, bright, and white is because although he has a hard exterior, that hard exterior is actually a performance. The true him is actually quite weak and insecure on the inside. And he has been brainwashed by patriarchy and white supremacy to think that the lighter-skinned woman, especially a white woman's softness, will provide him with the comfort he needs for him to be soft without judgment. But the truth is that, sir, you're about to fuck around and find out, because a lot of those kinds of women who are interested in you specifically because of your skin color are not interested in you because they see you as a human being. You are literally, and I mean literally, a sex symbol. You're being fetishized. You also see this malarkey in the LGBTQ collective, especially with African queer men. Moral of the story, it's not easy to be a black person, especially not a black woman, most especially not a dark-skinned black woman, because you have capitalism, patriarchy, white supremacy, colorism, a whole bunch of isms working against you. Uche, peace and love.
The reason why black girls are the least desirable by most men is because they're the most masculine. They act like boss bitches, which most men are not attracted to. Most men, again, like submissive girls.
You guys realize that we don't care though, right?
No, I'm saying no, but the thing is...
I know, but I'm just saying, like, as a black woman, we don't care.
Black guys, they go for white girls, man. They go for white girls and Latinas for a reason.
Oh, you mean the ones that always end up on the news with some type of domestic or murder or... Those ones?
No, not those ones.
No, I think those ones, yeah.
Black females are the least desirable on dating apps. That's a statistical fact. And there you can see their proof. She says we all know that black men are the least desirable as well on dating apps. What does that have to do with the problem that black females are facing being the least desirable? They're being left in the dust. If black men can work on themselves, hit the gym, get some money, etc., and then we become very desirable. I'm living proof of it. I have multiple girls. I don't have a haircut and girls still grovel at my feet. Girls want my attention. They want to be with me, and I've shown multiple times on my channel that they do. What does that have to do with the problem that black females are facing, that they're not desirable? They can't fix their problems because men don't care about their success. They don't care about their education. The only men that does are men that are trying to use them, or lower class men that the black females don't want, especially if they're on a higher tier economically. It's a real problem in the West.
Now you have to ask yourself, why is it that they often want to tell black women that they are not desirable, particularly when it comes to black men? They are the people who push this narrative the most, while promoting themselves as the most desirable race of men, then telling us that nobody wants us. You need to sit down and ask yourself, why is that? Like I have told you before, right? When I went to China, I was having this conversation with a Nigerian man who is my classmate, or who was my classmate at the time, and we were saying something about coming to China and making connection, and also having somebody that can help you navigate China. And I told him that, oh, I want to actually date Chinese men, that my subscribers told me that if I want to navigate China, that I should get a Chinese man. And this guy got so angry, like he got extremely angry and tell me no Chinese man will look at you. Like I told you, the reason why I even have anything to do with Chinese men was because I want to know if actually there will be no Chinese man that will look at me. Yeah. Like the way he rubbished me that day, the way he talked down on, not just me, honestly, the way he talked down on all black women and be like, no, Chinese men are not looking for black women. You guys don't have what men of other race want. It is us, everybody wants us. Like the way he was bragging about it. The same guy who is also talking about getting a Chinese woman in order to navigate China is the same person who was discouraging me, talking down on black women, not just me, talking down on all black women and telling us that apart from black men, no other person wants you. And I'm like, I want to see, because sometimes when you challenge me, I will stand and be like, I want to see. And I saw that as a challenge, and I'm like, I want to actually see if actually no Chinese man will look at me. I have met Chinese men who develop interest in me in person. People I saw in person, not that they saw me online, in person. So all this whole narrative is fear-mongering. They will fear-monger black women and make you be like, oh, nobody will look at you. I remember the first Chinese man I had something to do with, the day I was moving out, I was going out of the house, like, because I was living with some guys. At that time, I don't have accommodation, and I was having my holiday in their place, or holidays in their place, like the semester holidays. I was having the holidays in their place because they live in another city. I was also looking for a job. The person that brought me there is one of my relatives. So I remember going out that day. I wore skirt and red top. I'll try and look for that video because I actually went to film that day. And when I was going out, this Nigerian guy told me that, oh, this one you're dressing, you have interest in Chinese men. As you're dressing like this, no Chinese man will look at you like this. That Chinese men love girls that wear tighter clothes, the clothes that accentuate their body. I just say okay and leave, because I have had a lot of negativity, a lot of people talking down on me. At that point, I was so very exhausted. So, and the same day, the same clothes, the same thing, like the same day, immediately I step out of the house, get down to like want to hit the road. As I want to cross, I met that Chinese man. He stopped me and was talking to me. I wanted to like ignore him. Another man said that I should just give him attention. Then I gave him attention, and he asked me where I'm going and take me to the place I was going. And that is how like we met. And I'm using Chinese men as an example because if I'm talking about myself, that is the only place I have interaction with non-black men in person. So this thing they are saying that no man will love you, no man will date you because you're a black woman, because you're too ugly for black, this is for you to make yourself small. Is for them to limit you and make you small and make you feel like, oh, nobody will want you. Ask yourself, what is the need to parade a report from a dating app that was made by an Asian woman? And the reason why they made that dating app was to help Asian women get white men. The app was created. The app that released that report was OkCupid. OkCupid was created by Asian women for them to be able to meet white men. You ask yourself, how many black women download and use OkCupid? That is the first question you ask yourself. How many black women download and use OkCupid? How many black men download and use OkCupid? How many white men download and use OkCupid? Because if a white man is downloading OkCupid, which is made by an Asian and mostly used by Asians, that person is basically looking for Asian woman. That is the reason why the reports say that the Asian women are the most click on and the most like, and the white man are the most click on and the most like, because that is what the app was made for. That app was designed for Asian women to meet white men. The app was created by Asian women to help other Asian women to meet white men. It's not a global app. This particular result was released in 2010. 2010, yes, 2010. A report that was released by one particular app that is not global app, a app that was made for particular group of people. They used that report to tarnish black women for a long time. They have been parading this same report that is inaccurate. Now, like the man said, how many people did they interview around the world to come up with this narrative? Yeah, you see what he said? I love that man, and God bless him for the way he analyzed everything. This is social programming. Again, now, women of every race put in a lot of effort to chase white men. Women of every race that date white men put in a lot of effort to chase them and do a lot of things in order to meet them. Black women are doing the least. Black women are putting least effort when it comes to going out and dating out. So this same report that a lot of people have been parading is incorrect. And the reason why they are parading it is to cripple you and make you feel like you are undesirable and stop you from exploring your option. So please, be free as a Black woman. You're not undesirable. You're not the most ugly person. If you ever feel ugly, ask yourself, why is it that people are getting plastic surgery to have something you have naturally? Why is it that people are implanting everything on their chest? Even if it will lead them to death, they will still go to that route. Now, a lot of people will be dragging Black women, oh, you guys are wearing wig, but nobody drag the women who are implanting a lot of silicone on their chest and their butt in order to have the shape that Black women have naturally. But I do not want to throw shade on women. I just want to attack the people who are always trying to put Black women down. The thing is, if you remain small and if you think that nobody wants you, you'll be accessible to even people who don't supposed to access you. That is it. But guys, I want to know what you think in the comment section.